Should you or should you not be loyal to a job? I've been hearing that question for over 25 years and I have yet to hear a solid answer on it. So today I'm going to be reacting to a video where an employee demonstrated some loyalty and perhaps it didn't work out in her favor. In addition, I'm going to give you some tips and tidbits, things to think about for you to answer this question for yourself so you can make the right decision to protect your integrity. Welcome back to the Upwardly Paved Path, where I help ambitious professional women thrive, rise, and lead without losing themselves in the process. My name is Davina Ware, and I am your leadership and talent strategist. So today is all about the discussion of workplace loyalty and if it's worth it. So let's get into today's video.
Continuing coverage about a local mother we told you about this summer who was running a Columbia Burger King all by herself at times. Back in June, video of Nakia Hamilton doing her job went viral and she was praised for her work ethic. She ended up becoming one of our paid forward recipients just weeks after that video went viral. She was shown working 12 hours plus, holding down the fort so that Burger King could remain open.
I be missing out on my kids' life and I work a lot. So I be having to provide for them and I really don't be having time to spend with them. And it hurts me a lot.
Well, now she is going viral once again after she is reportedly saying she was fired. Our Brolise Pimentel, you had a chance to speak with Nakia today. I mean, a lot of people kind of shocked at what she served up today, the news.
Yeah, and Nakia Hamilton says since we first aired her story, she's gone viral and working conditions have not improved, even with all that attention it was getting. She says Burger King fired her last week and says the way they've treated her is wrong. Nakia says her frustrations come from all the days she put sweat and tears into keeping the store running all by herself.
Evergreen fired me because I've been late because of my kids, bro. My kids come first. And now when y'all gonna watch my kids? Y'all don't pay for no babysitter, no nothing.
Nakia Hamilton, crying tears of frustration, posting this video on TikTok earlier this month after being fired from Burger King on Broad River Road in Columbia. Hamilton went viral on social media in June for running the restaurant solo, working 12 hours plus, doing every job to provide for her 3 children. She says the company wrongfully fired her after she was on approved time off and was scheduled to work the day she was coming back.
So I told them, I'm not gonna make it in time. I don't see how y'all schedule me at 12 knowing I'm leaving Charlotte at 11. And it take an hour and 30 minutes to get to work. Still got to drop kids. I still got to do everything.
Hamilton says they responded and told her she was terminated so she didn't report to work the next day. But Burger King reached out and told her to report back to work the following day and to be on time. She says the franchise owner, Matt O'Doherty, went to look at her time logs for the past 2 weeks and told her she was late too often. Hamilton says O'Doherty lacked consideration and gave her a final write-up.
I was like, how I get a final written warning when I never got wrote up or got in trouble with the company?
Hamilton says she always communicated with her GM when she was going to be late and says she always was okay with it because she's a single mom and a hard worker. Hamilton says Burger King and O'Doherty used absence issues as a way to get rid of her.
He was like, you caused the controversy, you caused too much problems for the job, you knew not to work by yourself. They literally, 2 weeks after everything went down, they literally made a whole contract after everything went down about being in the store by herself.
She says since she's gone viral, Burger King has been threatening to fire her for speaking to the media about her solo shifts, but says they never provided help or extra crew members for her. Watch Fox News reached out to Burger King about the termination. In a statement, a Burger King spokesperson saying, quote, "Terminations are the decision of the franchisees who own and operate the BK restaurant. In this situation, the franchise confirmed the individual involved is no longer employed due to repeated attendance issues. Burger King says no one should work alone and they're disappointed their policy wasn't followed. Hamilton says she's planning to sue the company.
I feel like that's emotional distress that y'all neglected me at the job for 2 days and you saying that Burger King responded and said I put the job in danger. I was a liability, but how if y'all knew I was in the store by myself for 2 days and I notified my higher-ups and the man that was over the district manager, he told them, well, that's sad to hear that, and he still let me run the store.
All right, so broadly, it's a very complicated story here, but I do understand that just before this story aired, you heard from the franchisee owner. So what do you have to say about this?
Yeah, we actually just received this email moments ago, and friendly Matt O'Doherty tells me that Nakia chose to resign. However, in an official statement today, Burger King corporate told us Nakia was terminated.
Wow. So yikes. So there's a lot kind of wrapped up in here. So the crux of it is they said that they fired her because she was late, and apparently she was. All right, that's a fact. That's valid. That's something that can be addressed. On the other hand, she made a comment that they were scheduling her, it seems like, outside of a time that she was available. And if that's the case, those are people that are doing that on purpose so that they can have a track record of her not coming in on time. Another fact to point out is she lives an hour and a half away. My thought is, why couldn't she transfer or be transferred to a closer Burger King? To me, that's what would have made sense. Another thing that was brought up was that she was in a store for 12 hours for 2 days by herself. She's got some people telling her, oh, you shouldn't have done that. And then she's got other people that said, well, they knew what was happening. There's just a big ball of confusion in this. I do acknowledge, okay, she was late, but I really believe that they only care now because of the controversy. To me, she did demonstrate some loyalty for driving an hour and a half and then working 12 hours in a store by yourself, which is a safety concern. That's some sense of loyalty right there. For whatever was driving her to do that, I don't know. Because I know a lot of people, including myself, that I wouldn't have done it for safety reasons. And I would have been like, oh, these people don't care about me. I'm in here by myself. Absolutely not. No way. And for an hour and a half, the reward versus effort balance is just not there for me. But here's the truth. Outside of, let's be real, I think there's some shadiness going on with the Burger King. But here's the truth. Most organizations are structured to reward results and not necessarily loyalty. That means that you can give and give and give, and it could be overlooked. You could still be underpaid and undervalued if you're not strategic about how you give and do your work. So let me give you a couple of insights to think about, whether you are like, I'm never going to be loyal to a company, or if you're trying to determine how much loyalty you should give to a company right now. Let me give you some things to think about. For one thing, I think we need to redefine loyalty. Typically, we see loyalty as how much we're willing to sacrifice for a company. But I think we should reframe that to then focus on loyalty to our values, our goals, and our boundaries. And like I've said in a previous video, when your values align with the company values, then you don't have to be in some kind of internal battle on whether you can be loyal or not because your values align. When you're loyal to those three things, then you naturally attract opportunities that match that. The second thing you want to think about is measuring reciprocity. I think this is more where most of our conversation lies, is the loyalty, one, foundationally to the values, to your goals, your needs, and to your work to do what you've agreed to do per your job. Is that being given back to you? Is there an investment in your growth? Are your contributions being recognized? Or do they support your overall well-being? If it's always one-sided, then it's not loyalty and it's not a healthy working relationship. It's exploitation at that point. But thinking in terms of a relationship, there might be times and seasons where all of these things, the investment, it may not be where you think it should be. But if it's temporary and it's seasonal, give some grace. But they should be doing the same thing for you. And then my last insight is to be strategically committed. That means that instead of going the extra mile on every task that you're doing, go the extra mile on those that are going to further your career goals, that will increase your visibility, or that will help to build skills that you can take with you. That way your effort doesn't feel like it's wasted, but it's being leveraged. So, is it worth it to be loyal to a job? You need to be loyal to yourself first. Companies change, bosses change, but your career and your influence is yours to build. So talk back at me. Have you ever worked a job where you were loyal and it didn't pay off? Or maybe it did pay off. Drop your story or your insight in the comments. And if you found this video interesting or helpful, share it with other people who may be trying to make this decision. Then make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.